Well, we know One Direction fans are all upset. Taylor Swift and Harry Styles' romance is still going strong. But in the meantime, there is other One Direction news, if you will. Now, I guess they turned down a huge endorsement deal right here in the States.
For
because
what?
they felt it would be inappropriate. It was an endorsement deal for condoms.
One Direction condoms.
The guys thought a lot of their fans are a little too young to see them on that type of an endorsement.
Probably wise.
The offer was enormous. I mean, they offered them a boatload. Stop it, Rich. They offered them a boatload of money. But the boys, it's not like they don't want the money or need the money. They're just like, it was just, they had to make the smart decision on that one. Of course, the question is usually always asked what the guys look for in girls. And it's always the same thing. Someone funny, someone to hang out with. So I chose to pick a different part of their most recent interview out to play and share with you. And John Jay, you were talking about going karaokeing the other weekend. So I figured, hey, why not bring the point of what is the go-to karaoke songs of the band One Direction?
Angel, Robbie Williams for me.
Don't Stop Me Now, Queen.
Yeah,
I love the karaoke.
Don't Stop Believing.
Fly Me to the Moon.
Good one.
They've just shot them.
I'm a Believer.
I'm a Believer is a good one as well.
Yeah.
I'm a believer.
All they did was
I
think about
didn't really understand any words they said.
They just
What were those
what they
songs?
did was just tell you all the songs they did when they auditioned for X Factor, because that was like a year ago.
Yeah.
They
I
were
heard-
they were just contestants.
Fly Me to the Moon. The classic Fly Me to the Moon. I heard Don't Stop Me Now by Queen.
Don't Stop Believing.
I heard Don't Stop Believing. Don't Stop Me Now by Queen. And there was another one in there that was pretty random too.
Something like this. Moving on. Brad Pitt, former sexiest man alive. If you've seen recent pictures of him, well, he does look like he needs to take a shower. And finally, after completely uglifying himself and definitely succeeding as that, somebody has told him. Here we go.
We got
There's
you.
a word for you, John Jay. Someone has told him.
That's sad that we totally understand you and didn't
Time
correct
to
you.
shave and cut your hair and get out of the homeless look because it's not working out for you. It all started when he failed at the box office. His most recent movie just came out, only made $6.8 million. And the advisors are now hounding him that he needs to change his look back to being hot again. Now, they've also pointed out, while Brad was making himself somewhat repellent, his friend George Clooney was getting all the top scripts. And that's what set him over the edge and was like, all right, I got to make a change.
Well, he's got that movie coming out called World War Z. So is he cleaned up for that? He
Well,
does
that's what
play
he
it.
filmed, so I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay,
It doesn't
so-
look like in the
Actually,
previews, does
no,
it?
he doesn't have a beard in that one.
No,
Really?
but he's got longer hair.
You've
and
seen the
he-
preview. I haven't.
Yeah, it's
Right,
cool.
But he's a dad and a husband. Like, it looks like he works for the CIA, so he's semi-clean. He's not clean like Seven clean.
If he is a lot cleaner, I guarantee you that movie will do better.
He was sexy as hell in Seven.
Really?
What's
Oh,
in the
God.
box?
Short hair.
Get out of my chair.
Right.
Is that it? Mental patient? All right. Speaking
12
of
Monkeys?
patient- Oh, yeah, there was 12. I always get those two mixed up. Anywho, Brooke Burke, you guys, remember she shared that she had thyroid cancer. She had surgery yesterday. She tweeted a picture of herself. You can see it on our website, johnjrich.com, keyword GBG. After she tweeted, thank God it's over. I'm clean. Surgery went well, and I can talk.
Good.
Losing my voice was my biggest fear. Thank you for all your prayers and light. So that is definitely a positive thing. Now, we heard yesterday Kate Middleton was released from the hospital looking like a champ. Acute morning sickness is what she was being treated for 3 days. And we also heard about the prank call from the radio show in Australia. They got a hold of the hospital. They released some info. They posed as Prince Charles.
But they're all okay. Everything's all right.
Yes, she's quite stable at the moment. She hasn't had any retching with me since I've been on duty, and she has been sleeping on and off.
Wonderful.
Now, it looks like news of this little prank have actually reached the prince himself. And of course, tabloid reporters caught up with him yesterday and had to ask about it.
Your Royal Highness, what's your reaction to the news about the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge?
How do you know I'm not a radio station? No, I'm thrilled. It's marvellous. Very nice thought of grandfatherhood at my old age, if I may say so. So that's splendid.
Splendid,
Ooh,
actually,
I like the
splendid.
I like the undercurrent of, if I may say so. I
Right.
like that too.
If I may say
He
so.
sounds like he should be like a great voiceover guy. Like reading, like, if you remember Ted, the way Ted, the movie started out, that guy with the English voice was reading. He was very
Right.
Boris Karloff-like.
He needs to speak up, though.
How do you know I'm not the radio?
Good morning. How do you do?
I love that laugh. Anytime you want to laugh for the rest of the day, just do it like that, Rich. It's hilarious. All right, moving on. This is pretty serious. Stephen Baldwin was arrested in New York for failing to pay his taxes. What is it with celebrities and not paying their taxes? Like Lindsay Lohan owes like $233,000. The 46-year-old Baldwin, he owed money from 2008, 2009, 2010, a whopping $350,000. Of course, he's trying to get out of it, but if convicted of the charge, he could face up to 4 years in state prison, people. Wow. Prison. It's a big deal.
He'd be our first prisoner Baldwin.
That's true. That is very true. It looks like Johnny Depp is pretty serious about his bisexual girlfriend, Amber Heard. He just shelled out $16 million on a private love shack, or I should probably say love mansion, for the two of them in Nashville. He owns 4 homes in L.A., but he and Amber want a fresh start somewhere with a lot of space. So his choice was Tennessee, and they bought this together. I think only his name's on it, but they are moving in together and taking the relationship to the next level, people. Now, Drew Barrymore recently gave birth to her daughter, named her Olive, and she was on Ellen the other day, and Ellen had to ask, how did you come up with the name Olive?
I never would have guessed that would have been the name, but I was reading a book with my husband, and I was 3 months pregnant, and they said, your baby is the size of an olive, and that was it.
Well, there's
Never
lots
looked
of
back from there.
scary things, medical-like, that could come up in an ultrasound that I wouldn't choose for a name. I think Olive's probably okay, though.
Well, that's what they talked about. So there was all these comparisons later on to sizes of fruit and different sorts of things. But at that point, they heard that name and it just stuck, and they never looked back. That was
Say hello to my son, Mucus Plug.
That was never an option. Thanks again.
How do you know I'm off the radio?
DonJaneRich.com. Type in the keyword GBG. You can, you can see the very controversial new photo that is leaked of Miss Kesha. It's kind of dirty. And so if you don't want to check out something dirty, Brooke Burke's hospital photo. I don't understand how someone can get out of surgery and look that beautiful.
She looks
She's
great.
just gorgeous. DonJaneRich.com, keyword GBG.